Welcome back. Honestman, Fallout 4, first playthrough. A little bit of a strange start here today because we're jumping straight into a dialogue that I figured maybe would be a good one to have on the recording. So here we go. I was in the process of doing some inventory management, of course.
So, you impressed yet? I told you I was a damn good shot.
I don't know where this conversation is going to go, so I'm just going to put on my charisma stuff just in case.
Actually, I'm quite impressed.
Yeah, thought you might be. I'm completely self-taught, you know. Picked up a sniper rifle when I was 10 and never looked back. Always thought it was smarter to hit my targets at long range. I mean, why take chances, right? Besides, I had to come up with every trick in the book to survive the Capital Wasteland.
What were you doing in the Capital Wasteland?
I was born there. Lived underground in a place called Little Lamplight with a bunch of other kids. Left there when I was around 16. We kind of had a policy there. No adults. When you were 16, you packed up and left. I know, it sounds crazy, but having adults around was something we couldn't trust.
So this is, and I knew the name McCready the second I saw it, but I was like, no, there's no way it's the McCready from Fallout 3. Apparently it's the McCready from Fallout 3. So yeah, Little Lamplight is absolutely a location, and it's exactly what he says. It's run by kids.
I love these one-sided conversations.
All right, I'm talking here.
How could a bunch of kids survive without help?
Everyone pulled their own weight. Just like a colony you'd find anywhere. We all had our designated jobs and we watched each other's backs. Can you believe I was actually the mayor for a while? Me. Crazy, I know.
Pretty brave. A bunch of kids living alone like that.
I don't know. Looking back on the whole thing, I think we were just lucky. Anyway, when I hit 16, I ended up wandering the Capital Wasteland for a while. I took the odd job here and there, but things were pretty hot with the Brotherhood of Steel running the show. So I hitched a ride with a caravan and made my way north until I ended up here. Made a pretty decent name for myself before I heard that the gunners needed some sharpshooters. Biggest mistake of my life. They were animals. Killed anything that moved if it got in their way. I went with it for a while because the caps were good, but I don't know. I guess it started to catch up with me. So I quit, which pretty much brings us to now. So there you have it. My whole life in a nutshell.
Flirt? No, I don't want to flirt with McCready.
Thanks for sharing that with me.
Well, you've earned it. Look, I know I tend to be a pain in the ass. I know I tend to be arrogant and I come off like I want to be alone. Nothing could be further from the truth. Being alone scares the heck out of me. Now that we've been traveling together for a while, I'm beginning to realize how much I missed having someone I could depend on. I just wanted you to know that I'm going to do everything I can to see that it stays this way. Well, that's all I had to say. Hope you got something out of all that. I know I did.
Okay.
What's up?
Hi.
Here, this should help keep you alive.
Your thoughts?
Anytime you want me to carry some of that valuable gear you're lugging, you just let me know.
Nothing else I needed.
All right.
I was kind of hoping that would give me another destination, like the last time. But I guess not. Yeah, we are continue to travel with McCready. All right. I'm just going to sell some things from Percy here.
Uh-huh. Let's see what you have.
Got the quick draw machete now. I'll use that one. Yeah, I think that's good. He doesn't really have anything noteworthy, does he? I don't think so. does have some 50 caliber. I don't know that I'm hurting for it. I got 161, and that was part of what led me to make the jump to 50 cal. I picked up a gun that I already had that on it, the sniper rifle. So it wasn't an upgrade that I even paid for. I just modified that existing one a little bit. It was a really nice one. I don't remember where I got it. But yeah, right now I have 161 50 cal and 162 308. So yeah, I felt like, all right, I'm in a good place to go 50 cal for a while at least. And there's a bunch of other stuff to do here in Diamond City. I think what we're going to do, though, is we're just going to run over to public occurrences. So I think there was a new paper out or something.
You really do have a talent for finding trouble, don't you?
Hey, Nat.
Hey, mister, that interview you did with Piper is really selling. Here's your free copy.
View from the vault 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's not even a holotape, it's actual text. View from the Vault, Part 1 by Piper Wright. Whenever I take a walk through Diamond City, there are so many things people tell me to be grateful for. Purified water, working lights, electricity, security. True, what we have would have been unthinkable even a few decades ago, but it's easy to forget that, even after all the progress we have made. We are still living in the shadow of the world that was. A world before the threat of radiation, before the super mutant and feral ghoul and the synth. So as fortune often has it, I crossed paths with Honestman, Vault Dweller, a person who's experiencing the Commonwealth for the first time. What would his fresh set of eyes say about how far we've come? Is Diamond City the great green jewel we have always claimed it to be? Before we begin to answer that question, we have to know who Honestman is, where he comes from. To my surprise, he did not have much to say about his life in the vault at all, because he spent all that time staring at a piece of frozen glass every day for over 2 centuries. That's right, Honestman isn't just a vault dweller, he's an original vault dweller. He spent his entire time on the inside, cryogenically suspended. Part 2. So what does Honestman have to say about seeing Diamond City for the first time? Honestly, everyone surviving out here, rebuilding the world, it gives me hope. Hope. When was the last time someone in our city talked about hope who wasn't some politician fishing for points in the next election, making empty promises at the wall? But our outsider hasn't let the cynicism of our strange world get the better of him. This is all the more remarkable because of the reason he came to the Commonwealth. You see, Honestman has a son, Sean, and even though they were in the relative safety of the vaults, someone broke in and took Sean from his parents, and that parent is now risking everything, wandering through this strange and unfriendly world of ours in order to save Sean from his kidnappers. We all know the rumors and whispers that surround every missing person in Diamond City, the guilty looks we pass to mourning family members as we, quote, thank the wall that this time it wasn't us, end quote. You can end up dead in the Commonwealth for a million reasons. Why spend our time worrying about kidnappings? Why indeed? And part 3. It's easy for us to be cynical about the missing. We have spent so long knowing the Institute is out there, but knowing so little about them. They are not the only ones responsible for kidnappings, but the fact that they sometimes are, and the fact that we have been so powerless to stop them when they do, causes us to treat all victims of kidnappings as if they are a lost cause. But the people left behind, those loved ones, friends, and neighbors, who may never see the faces of those taken from them again, they do not have the luxury of being able to just look away. They have to carry that loss with them, even if everyone else tells them to move on and forget. I asked Honestman to make a statement to Diamond City, to give us an outsider's perspective on what it means to lose a loved one and how it feels. Maybe in some way it's how we should all feel. Maybe we've forgotten what the right human response to these tragedies are. Quote, no matter how much you want to give up, don't, he said. You have to have hope that you'll see them again, or at least that you'll know the truth. All right, so there we go. I'm just going to cruise through really quick to see what other ones meet Bobby in Diamond City. I don't really want to do that at the moment. Anything else? We really need to head back to Vault 81 here at some point. There's a couple things to do there. But for now, maybe we will do that. I'm a little curious what the heck is going on. Let's go do that real quick. I think it'll be a fast one. When it's time to actually go to the Glowing Sea, I think the game plan is going to be to bring Nick. Being a synth, I assume he's going to be immune to the radiation and not have an issue, whereas I think everyone else is going to have problems. I don't know how that's going to manifest in gameplay, if it's like, hey, you've got to stay behind and I go into a, whatever, some zone or what, but that's kind of my assumption. So depending on how quick this goes, I think me and McCready may head that direction just to unlock the location. But when I tackle it in earnest, I'll probably go the whole 9 yards too. I'll probably go power armor and bring Nick.
Don't try me.
I don't remember that elevator being there before. I don't remember this being here before either. Am I still in my... Yeah.
Hey there.
Seriously? I don't want to talk.
So rude.
Dr. Forsythe and Rachel have plenty of medical supplies to get you stocked up.
Miranda likes to tell me that I'm just taking anyone for granted, but I can't help but feel trapped here sometimes. If only the Commonwealth wasn't so dangerous, I'd love to see more of it.
If you need a doctor, Forsythe and Rachel are down in the medicals. We can patch you up.
Stay out of trouble.
I'm supposed to see someone in the clinic. Here. Visit Austin in the clinic. That was something I overheard the last time I was here. But I kind of missed it. I noticed it in the playback, actually.
What I wouldn't give is to spend time off.
See down another level here.
Do something, Jacob.
I'm running the test as fast as I can, Priscilla. I can't treat Austin until I know what he's infected with.
Dr. Forsythe.
Not now, Bob. And you, stranger, will have to wait your turn. We have an emergency here. Austin got bitten by a mole rat. Isn't that enough, Jacob? There can't be that many mole rat diseases or toxins.
Rachel is examining the mole rat. Hopefully she'll find something. But these aren't ordinary mole rats. Who knows what kind of diseases they are carrying. Because he's just a child, it's affecting him more severely.
Dr. Forsythe, please. I think I found something that might help Austin.
Bobby!
Hold on, Priscilla. What is it, Bobby?
Well, you know that door Austin found? He found it because of me. I keep my private things in there. He saw me get them.
You mean your chems?
Get to the point, Bobby. What did you find in that place?
It's like a whole extra vault in there, but half ruined and caved in. There was this terminal there. So I started poking around. There were some notes and stuff about using mole rats to grow viruses. But they also said that they used them to make vaccines and treatments.
A secret vault. Good Lord, I've never heard of such a thing.
Bobby, you're a genius. A junkie genius. There might be a cure for whatever Austin got from that mole rat somewhere in that place. You there. How would you like to do Vault 81 a favor and possibly save my boy's life?
I would be glad to help.
I was hoping I could count on you. Bobby here will show you where he keeps his secret stash. There is a chance that somewhere in there is a cure for Austin. If you find it, bring it to Dr. Forsythe. And for Austin's sake, please hurry.
Follow me.
If you need fixing up, let's get a look at you.
I'm good.
Very well.
I'm good. Alright, this isn't really what I was expecting, but that's Fallout. Where did he go?
Welcome back. Nice to see the Commonwealth hasn't gotten you yet.
I never should have gotten him started on Chet.
Hey, Tina.
Don't forget what I said. If he gets me in trouble, he'll never hear the end of it.
Yeah, we kind of got other stuff going on. Here he is.
Bobby.
All right, I'm checking out this terminal first. It's got to start with a D, right? Oh, wow.
Got it.
Oh boy, lots of reading here. Overseer Olivet. This is welcome to the Vault. We'd like to thank you for accepting your new role as Overseer of Vault 81. This program, as you know, represents a critical research opportunity. The work we do together will lead to a better future for humanity, not only in these times of uncertainty, but far into the future, whatever it holds. Your background in academic and applied medical research will make you a capable leader to Vault 81 science staff, and your administrative background gives you the unique ability to lead and manage the general population as well. Thank you again for reconsidering this offer of employment, and good luck. Prime Directive. The mission of Vault 81 is to research infectious diseases and antibodies, with particular attention paid to potential mutations in a climate of heavy radiation. Clinical trials are a vital part of Vault 81's mission. Trials will be performed in 3 stages. Stage 1 trials are to be conducted in petri dish cultures. Stage 2 trials are to be performed on the colony of Heterocephalus, I think that's right, globular specimens furnished by Vault Tech. I'm not sure what that word means. Stage 3 trials may be performed on the residential population of Vault 81. Scientific staff will be restricted to the hermetically sealed research area. Scientific staff will be restricted to the hermetically sealed research area. This measure reduces the chance of cross-contamination between residential and scientific staff populations. The Overseer will have communication capabilities, but no other members of the residential population are to be made aware of the Prime Directive. Okay, so I think this is the dual vault thing. There's actually a vault just for the scientists, and then a separate vault for the residents adjacent to each other. Admission Protocol. As outlined in the Vault Tech Operations Handbook, all staff members of Vault 81 will be required to participate in mandatory drills held on-site at the discretion of the Overseer and Vault Tech administration. Admission drills are a requirement, blah, blah, blah. In the event of an actual alpha alert, residents will be admitted into the vault by Overseer staff. But yeah, it's not really anything interesting after that. Evacuation Protocol. Vault 81 is not to be evacuated under any circumstances except a direct all-clear command from Vault Tech Central HQ. Research reports should be archived on the primary mainframe. Chemical compounds and other physical materials may be deposited in the marked receptacle only by the Overseer and only after a successful Stage 3 trial phase. In the event of a Vault Tech ordered evacuation, Overseer must be prepared to dispose of residential population by incineration. Propellant nozzles are pre-installed in all residential living quarters to avoid contamination with the outside population. This disposal is at the discretion of the Overseer unless specifically mandated as a part of the Vault Tech evacuation order. What the F? Does the current Overseer know about all this? Here we have the prior Overseer's journal. A job's a job. I can't believe it. Vault Tech must have really been desperate for an Overseer candidate after Duncan fell ill. I'm certainly qualified for this job with my politics. How could they think I'm a good candidate for this kind of program? Maybe there's more to this than I'm seeing. They still haven't given me a full briefing on the work we will all be doing. But I'm not stupid. I'm pretty sure it's going to involve human trials. I won't jump to any conclusions, though. Let's see how this plays out. If they're crossing any ethical lines with me, they'll be in a congressional hearing before they know it's hit them. Next one is drills, drills, drills. These researchers are willing to put up with a lot. Today is our 5th drill of the week, and this time I had to make the cells in the middle of the night. I had to make the calls in the middle of the night. Half of these, quote, scientists are just kids. Between cramming for finals and sleeping off Friday hangovers, I'm shocked as many of them staggered in as did. I guess the pay is worth it. I know I wasn't earning that kind of money as a grad student. What do we do? It's much worse than I thought. I was finally given my full briefing today. Not only is Vault-Tec asking us to do clinical trials on humans, they've got some serious backers in the government. I can't just blow the whistle on this. I've seen the admission roster. There are good people planning to live in Vault 81, and I have little doubt the vaults will come into use eventually. I won't reward the trust of these people by treating them like guinea pigs. I feel trapped. I don't know what to do. It's done. I got the call early this morning, another beta drill. It's always Rosario who has to call. Her voice was trembling, and she couldn't get off the phone soon enough. She knew. Sure enough, the warning was upgraded within a few hours, and the news was reporting confirmed launches soon after that. I made a decision. I deliberately sabotaged the phone list. Such a simple thing, but it meant that none of the science staff received a notification about the drill. The residents are beginning to show up, and we'll have our hands busy admitting everyone. Science staff. I'm no criminal mastermind. Clearing the phone list prevented most of the science staff from showing up, but 3 still made it in. Flint and Collins are both my age and live in the fens. They had time to get here with the general population. Burrow is just an overachiever and came in by the morning just to see if there would be a drill today. Figures. They've reported to the research area. The vault protocols engaged automatically and sealed them in. They're already busy with their work, especially since there are only 3 of them. Burrow and Flint are getting restless in there. Collins and that robot, he's calling her Curie now. I think that's right, Curie. Are keeping the mood relatively steady, but I think they already suspect that I have no intention of allowing them to implement a Stage 3 trial. Not sure what to do. They've got access to the delivery nozzles. If they choose to, they'll be able to infect the population with whatever they want. Need to keep them calm. And the final entry is called Forgiveness. I've made a grim choice. I sabotaged the delivery nozzles in all the resident quarters as soon as I was able. I didn't expect Burrow to notice so soon. Hell, I didn't expect Collins to get so close to a Phase 3 trial so quickly. I didn't expect half of what's happened in the past few months. Cutting off communication is a cowardly thing to do, but what options do I have? They'll have food and water in there as long as they need. I just can't let them go through with human trials for God knows what. For God knows what Vault-Tec plans to do with their research. I only hope that somehow they can forgive me and live out their years in peace over there. Wow. Research comm records. This terminal is equipped with Vault-Tec proprietary technology, blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure what this is. It's another log, though. Did I miss something on this prior? No, this is the last thing. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, Dr. Oliviette. Do you copy? I do, Kenneth. Everything good over there? Just another drill day, right, Overseer? It is, and thank God for that. Okay, so this is the communication basically between the 2 vaults, as it were. Overseer, there are just 3 of us over here. What's going on? Sorry, Kevin. It's been a madhouse on this side. Only 3? Question mark? He says, myself, Jim Flint, and that kid, Burrow. Where's everyone else? He says, not over here. Residents are being admitted. They started showing up in droves once the news started broadcasting. That's the same way I heard. You'd think Vault-Tec would have had enough warning to call at least a beta drill for staff this morning. Something must have gone wrong, she says. Phase 1 trial. We've been pretty limited down here, but we've been focused on antibiotics and have our first Petri trials underway. Olivette, I saw the data last night. It's promising, but do you think it's ready? Collins, the trials just started, and the virus we're going after has a few days of inoculation. But I'm optimistic that later this week we'll see positive results. Okay, keep me posted, and don't begin Phase 2 trials until I have an opportunity to go through the new data. Of course. Have a good afternoon, Overseer. Food extruder issue. Overseer, do you have a minute? And then Olivette responds at some time later, apparently. This system isn't instantaneous, Burrow. I hope you haven't been waiting for a reply all morning. And Burrow says, sorry, Overseer. I wanted to notify you about an issue with our food extruder. Okay, I see it now. Looks like a clog in the protein tank. You weren't able to address it on your end? ? Burrow says, no, Overseer. Hardware failures on the residential side must be addressed over there. We can't get to the tanks or nozzles to repair them. Olivette says, okay, Burrow, I'll have maintenance down there immediately. Go stand by and have Collins contact me if there are still issues in about 10 minutes, okay? Says, thank you, Overseer. I'll go there now. Phase 2 trials. Collins, good news, Dr. Olivette. We've tweaked our formula based on Phase 1 trial results, and I think we're ready to go with Phase 2. She says, how's the mole rat population doing? Very well. The specimens Vault-Tec provided are remarkably hardy. Flint has been doing some radiation testing on them. Olivette says, is that in the protocols? Not technically, but we noticed some weird stuff with the kibble provided for them. Says Burrow got pretty sick for a day or two, don't ask. Flint's been looking into it. These suckers are big to begin with, and we're thinking it's genetic. Olivette says, tampered with? ? Collins says, something like that. I think Vault-Tec must have been running some experiments with them. They're all unusually large. A few demonstrate bioluminescence. At least one appears more intelligent than normal. Olivette says, do you think there's still a useful control? Collins says, we've divided the colonies, separated the most unusual specimens, and put the control colony on a new diet taken from our own food supply. It's not ideal, but I think we're okay. Olivette says, very well. Give me the evening to go over your data again, but I think you're clear to begin Phase 2 unless I find anything I don't expect. And this one's the delivery mech failure. Overseer, yes, Burrow, what is it? I've noticed an issue with our delivery mechanisms. Do you know if anyone has tampered with the nozzles in the residential quarters on your side? Olivette says, I don't know. What are you doing with the delivery system anyway? The Phase 2 trial just began. Burrow says, I know, Overseer. I just thought it would be a good idea to run tests on the delivery system before we reach Phase 3. Olivette says, if we reach Phase 3, human trials are not to be undertaken lightly. What kind of tests were you hoping to run anyway? Burrow says, just a placebo vapor to make sure the nozzles are dispensing mist properly. The residents wouldn't even know we had done anything. I guess that's the idea, though. Olivette says, I'll look into the nozzle issue on my end, Burrow. In the meantime, please do not use the delivery system without my direct approval. And then the final communique says, please answer. Collins, Doctor, please get in touch. I know what you've done. Honestly, I don't blame you. Performing the Phase 3 trial on non-consenting humans is a breach of ethics, at least according to the world we used to live in. I can keep Burrow together for a while, but Flint's already suspicious. What are we supposed to do over here? I can only lie to them for so long without some actual response from you. Damn it, Olivette, you can't be such a hypocrite that you'd condemn us to die in the name of your personal sense of morality. I know your politics, but I never thought you'd actually leave men for dead. Please reconsider this. And that is our lore dump. Alright, I'm not sure where the Yagwai come in. I'm still expecting bears. But definitely going to be more rats. I think that's a safe assumption. I can already hear them clomping around. Definitely going to be more rats, and... You think? Why that? Why so? We're going to go right-hand rule. Let's see what we come up with. But yeah, I think obviously mole rats, maybe I mean, there's no way the humans are still alive, right? There's no way. They're all dead. They've been dead for decades. More than that. Even, it sounded like it was 3 men. Even if there was a woman in the mix, like, there's no possible way. There's no possible way they'd be able to sustain themselves for 200 plus years down here.
Unidentified intruder detected. Beginning search.
It's a Protectron.
Area secure.
I mean, look at the doors. Like, there's going to be a giant mole rat, right? Surely that's where this is headed. It's just...
built all sorts of secret sections into their vaults. I don't even want to know what this one was for.
Ooh, live terminal. Breeding program update to mole rat breeders. We finally got the breeding program stabilized. As earlier reports indicated, the mole rats show unusual degrees of aggression in captivity. This may be due to the growth hormones. Recent generations seem to be more docile, although some of the keepers are complaining that the lab animals are watching them, which is preposterous. Serum production. We have created 197 distinct serums that can treat 36% of known viruses. This is a modest improvement from last year's 33% treatment rate. However, 11 of the serums account for 61% of the treatment results, which is encouraging. At this time, only 19% of serums have the potential to be mass-produced. We have tasked our latest robot lab assistant to find ways to synthesize more of them efficiently. Yeah, McCready, we're gonna have a giant mole rat. No doubt. Possibly luminescent. Oh, well, that's a turret. So there's 2 of them, that's why. I'm still in my suit. Some fresh water.
Now we're just starting to have fun.
All right, yeah, we're not gonna charm the mole rats. So time to gear up. Oh, come on.
Nice.
Like we've done that a few times.
Comfy pillow. I'm gonna stay up top here. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. Oh, come on. Having trouble with these
Got it.
novice ones. Nice shot. I mean, I don't appreciate you blocked me from going back up the stairs, but nice shot. It's pressed 45. Interesting. This will be for the turret that McCready killed. Oh no, Protectron.
Powering up. Protectron on duty.
Yeah, go kill stuff, Protectron. We're gonna sweep this side. I mean, surely the Protectron is sniffing everything out, right? We just gotta follow him. I will live forever.
Move along, citizen.
I think we've seriously only seen one mole rat. But obviously this is just... they're trying to give us a false sense of security. Trying to build some tension here.
Clear. This is a free fire zone. Attack on hostile target.
Did I get both of them? Move it, McCready. Get out of the way. Back up.
I'm sure this whole thing is overblown and Austin will be running around tomorrow.
Overblown or not, we have to do what we can for Austin. I just don't know what I can
That's
do.
pretty damn
Neither
creepy.
do I, Priscilla.
Why
They had
him?
no idea they were
Just a
being
minute.
watched.
He's going to be just fine. You'll see.
Hydroponics Observation. The crop rotation implemented by the hydroponics manager has proven successful for supplying the vault with adequate food. We have not had to intervene, which has eliminated the risk that the vault inhabitants would discover the secret part of the vault. So far, they do not appear to suspect the true nature of their vault. The greenhouse would be a perfect place to introduce Class C4 and D1 viruses into the population, as well as potential cures should a disease get too virulent. That's a tough one to enunciate. I'm recommending installing hidden sprayers in the ceiling. So this is like one-way glass looking into the hydroponics area, I think. I think that's what they're trying to convey here, but I can't actually see through it at all. Get up here, McCready. I see you down.
Carry that worthless crap.
Look. I don't need your lip. I'll need you teleported up.
It gets nagging and I can't go anywhere.
Oh, real nice, Holt. Make this about you. Don't you think about anyone other than yourself? Your daughter gets sick like Boston, and you're whining about spending time with your family?
I have things to do. We don't have to hide away here.
You're so busy, Holt. You have so much to do. Please, explain to Erin why your needs are more important than her safety.
Just never mind.
Idiot.
Depot Observation Terminal. The vault inhabitants have unexpectedly repurposed this room to be a kind of store for selling and repairing their possessions. It has allowed this observation port to record interactions between many of the vault citizens. This shop will become an important disease vector for spreading airborne Class B2 viruses. It will also be valuable for observing the effects of disease on social and economic relationships. This room will become a backup treatment location along with the commissary. The primary will still be the clinic under the assumption that severely ill patients will all be taken there. Jangles. Yeah, there's a ton of them, McCready. You're gonna want to prepare yourself. Hold on to your butts.
You and your staff are to make sure every resident remains under stringent medical observation.
Understood. But Overseer.
No buts. This is for the good of the vault. We can't risk this pathogen spreading, Dr. Forsyth.
Yes, Overseer.
How is Austin doing?
Not good. The infection has progressed quite rapidly.
We need a way to stop it from spreading.
Then let's hope that outsider pulls through and gets us a cure.
What are you going off about, McCready? Just keep your gun handy. Overseer Observation Terminal. Although the chief scientist argued against an observation port in the overseer's office, it has turned out to be a boon. We're able to observe the political shifts in governance since the vault door was locked. When we do introduce viruses to the population, we will be able to monitor the leadership's reactions and courses of action. Nothing like life imitating art, huh, McCready? You're a Protectron. Noted. I need you to move, McCready. You're trapping me here, I think. Or I'm just trapped here. Great. I'm stuck under the stairs. Awesome. Okay. Gonna have to reload here. Good thing I just saved. Yeah, the drum magazine. Was this it? Is this the last? Alright, I think this might be go time. No, more stuff. A lot more stuff, apparently. There's gotta be good loot down here though, right? Gotta be. Let's go left hand.
Safety up.
There you go. Thought I heard one behind me, I guess not. I was imagining it. This is obviously the mole rat kennels. Man, 200 rounds of shotgun ammunition sure doesn't look like a lot when you have a 32 round clip. Ah, come on.
Nice.
What? He was alive yet? What in the world? I mean, this isn't even... Certainly this isn't a DLC or anything. This is a base game, but... Awful buggy area.
Terminal's gotta be somewhere.
Oh, there was the elevator. Or the door. I thought it was an elevator. Right near the entrance. I bet this is going to come around there somehow. Possibly where I just passed, but I want to clear this first. This must have been the one clipping from the ceiling below. Brood mother, huh? Mini nuke. I guess that's something, but you know, come on. Like, we're in it for books and baubles. Right, McCready? Our objective is in this room. Let's clear stuff first. Just want to check. Yeah, that's the end.
With this junk, I have no idea what any of it does.
Research comm terminal. Okay, so this is I already read this. This was the other end of the communications going to the old Overseer's terminal, which was the master encryption. So yeah, I already read through all this stuff. Nothing new there. Vault 81 tech password. Oh, that probably would have got me into the Overseer's terminal, I bet. Or it's for the terminal I passed and didn't hack. Hopefully not. I kind of want to hack it, but probably was, so people don't get trapped. I guess you could backtrack the entire way, but that'd be a pain. Yeah, that's just a free hack here. I should have just hacked it myself first. Would have had some free XP there. So these are these are their graves, I guess. Yeah, is the implication. There's bones. Are you kidding me? Which doesn't make sense, right? Because did like the final one like lay down in there himself? Well, this one's empty. Maybe he's a ghoul. Maybe that's the implication here. I'm going to take the glasses, though. And the coat. Sure, why not? Yeah, definitely there's going to be a ghoul or something, right? Because this has been a little anticlimactic. Curie. Oh, yeah.
Another stranger. Are you Void-Tech Security? I've waited so very patiently for you to arrive.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Superb! I placed an emergency call so long ago. I was beginning to think something dreadful must have happened. I am pleased to report I completed my primary duties 83 years ago. Thousands of pathogens were grown in the mole rat hosts. Then a single broad-spectrum cure was developed to treat them all. Very satisfying work for many decades. Now, please tell me you are authorized to release me from the lab.
I am so authorized. You are released.
Superb. I had almost given up all hope of leaving here. I'll open the door for you. Where are you going? Do you intend to just leave me here?
Ooh, bobble. Yes. Medicine. 10% buff to stim packs. Not bad. I'll take it. Vault 81 mission statement. We are entrusting you with a mission that is critical to all humanity. Vault 81 will be used to wipe out disease as we know it in the human race. Your partition of the vault has been equipped with state-of-the-art medical research equipment, including the new Contagions Vulnerability Robotic Infirmary Engineer, aka Curie. There is a century's worth of biological and chemical supplies. There are the genetically adapted mole rats, and most important, a vault full of test subjects. As with all great progress, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. You'll be infecting the people of the vault with diseases in an attempt to have them develop antibodies. Some may not survive, but you must ensure that a breeding population is always maintained. It will take many generations, but with proper procedures, you should be able to develop a disease-resistant group of humans. Your work will be the work of generations. Each generation of scientists must select a chief scientist. Curie will make sure that each reads this mission statement to keep the vault focused over the centuries. We wish you the best of luck. So it worked, Curie. You've cured all of the things. Curie's terminal. This terminal is now for the exclusive use of Curie. For both research and personal purposes, please respect her privacy and use other terminals for your own work. Date of last data purge unknown, memory failure. This terminal not recommended for research backups. Please use hard copies. Collins Archive. Boot up. We're hamstrung with only 3 researchers. Decided to make a few modifications to this Mr. Handy robot. Should be really useful for speeding up some of our lab work. I've been pretty anxious since admittance day, as if the world ending wasn't enough. I'm very concerned about Oliviette's motives. Dusting off some of my old robotics shops has been just the distraction I've needed. Personality. I've decided to write a suite of custom personality settings for the robot. She's a little bit of Lisa. I really hope she got into her vault down in DC. And a little bit of my grad school fling from Versailles back in 46. I'm loading her databanks with every great body of work I have access to here. Kant, Einstein, Born, Darwin, Curie, Faraday, Turing, Braun. She'll have so much to learn. It's already made her feel so much more like a peer in the lab as opposed to an appliance. I'm calling her Curie. I know, I was never a subtle man. Therapeutic. Curie's been doing great. Flint's finally stopped treating me like a crazy person for insisting we address her as a human, and I swear Burrow is differential to her in a way that reminds me of seeing him around Rebecca back during the drills. It's actually endearing to see. Most importantly, and perhaps more surprisingly, she's bringing a sense of normalcy to the lab, keeping us all a bit more grounded. Anything to keep our minds off the situation we're in is all too welcome. I've tuned her personality matrix a lot, but it's beginning to feel wrong to manipulate her. I'm going to leave her programming alone for now, and just see how she evolves as she keeps learning more. Ongoing directive. Haven't touched this terminal in years, not since I, quote, gave it to Curie as her own. Seeing her reaction to having something of her own was transformational. It just seemed wrong to violate that, and so it's truly been for her eyes only ever since. This final entry is an exception, and I suppose it's being written out of habit, as a man used to a lifetime of recording his experiments. We lost Flint today, and Burrow has to spend more time helping me around the lab than actually performing research these days. So, if only to report my findings, Curie has been a remarkable success. She transcended my expectations of robotic programming. Her personality feels as genuine as my own. Her interest in scientific research is insatiable, and seeing her struggle with concepts like mortality has been completely moving. Truly, she is my greatest work. I only hope that one day she can see more of the world. If only I could be there to witness her reaction to the blue skies and butterflies she's only heard me sing about. And this is Curie's personal logs. Initializing greetings. I have been ordered by Dr. Collins to add an entry to this terminal. Dr. Collins was most insistent that this is my terminal. I explained several times that robots cannot own property as per Robco policy, but his orders were most clear and insistent. I will comply with Dr. Collins' wishes and maintain a log when ordered to. Colleagues, I've completed my analysis and integration of the data to make a capable research assistant. I've been commanded to provide an assessment of my colleagues. Dr. Flint is objectively brilliant, although Dr. Collins reportedly calls him brusque. But I find Dr. Flint's commands and speech patterns easier to parse. His observations are always very astute, and I'm learning much about working with cell cultures from him. Monsieur Burrow is perfectly acceptable to work with. He performs menial tasks, which my programming is perfectly suited for, such as carrying heavy lab equipment. This is strange because my capabilities for such a task are far beyond those of a human male. I am told by Dr. Collins that this is a sign of respect that Monsieur Burrow is making. This does not compute. Error in cache integer, just gobbledygook, distress, unusually agitated state. He would not leave his quarters after a morning meal. Dr. Collins assures me this state is temporary and that Monsieur Burrow is merely overwhelmed with the something. Error in cache, another corrupt entry. Eulogy. Dr. Burrow is deceased. Post-mortem indicates he expired from a severe cardiac arrest brought on by advanced age. He died at 5:01 a.m. shortly after waking. In accordance with the doctor's pre-existing orders, the body was cremated and placed in the specified urn alongside Dr. Collins and Flint. So Burrow was the last, I guess. Dr. Burrow was of great assistance in continuing the work left to us by the others. My last order was to continue working on our projects alone, quote, so that our deaths will not be in vain, end quote. My processors are fully committed to furthering the study of pathogens and viruses for the betterment of mankind, to honor this last request. So I'm not really sure what all this means. Like, it just oh, not regular eyeglasses. I want the charisma ones.
As I was saying, since you are a Voltec representative, I entrust you with the broad-spectrum cure I developed. If you have an equivalent to my digital Hippocratic oath, please use it quickly to prevent any undue suffering. However, be advised, there is only one dose left, and I can no longer make any more.
Vault 81 cure. What?
If that is all, I am most eager to meet you.
You only have one dose?
That is correct. There used to be more, but they all expired. Sadly, the organic compounds necessary to make more have all deteriorated.
You're just giving me the cure?
My primary responsibility is to obey the orders of specified Vault personnel, even if those orders violate my ethical matrix. But since you have graciously discharged me of this duty, I can give you the cure without directly disobeying my previous order. And if you happen to use the cure to save a life, then this is just a happy coincidence, no? Hopefully now I can properly further my scientific research. Since my job here is done, I think I will follow you out.
Wow. Okay. All aboard. I gotta look at this. Does it actually go in my inventory? Can I use it? Yeah, I don't think that actually does anything. Not for me, not special. Maybe I'm wrong, but there's no indication. You guys getting in here or not?
What is it? It is good not to be stuck in the quarantine.
Yep, there we go.
Hey there.
Calvin told me I want out so I can slack off. Maybe he's right. This work is just...
All right, well, you're welcome for finding the mystery to your existence. All right, this episode... Shut up. This episode has been a whole lot of text and not very much action. But, I mean, we're going to see it through. We're going to cash this in and then go from there. I feel like this puts a pin in the Vault 81 situation. Vault 81 sitch.
Stay out of trouble. Goes to both.
Gotta cure this kid.
The cure? You found it?
Of course I found it. Only one. It's mine!
Here, take the cure and use it on the boy.
Only one dose? I hope this works. If it doesn't, there won't be anything to analyze to try again. Let's hope this works.
I heard you in return.
It shouldn't be long.
Where am I?
You're in the clinic. You were really sick, Austin. Our visitor from the Commonwealth saved your life.
Really? Gee, thanks, mister.
Yeah. Thanks for the...
Going into a place like that.
Nothing exciting ever happens here. I just wanted to see what was in there.
Well, if it hadn't been for our friend here, you might have died. Thank you. I know you made sacrifices to help him. I know Dr. Pinsky will be grateful. For my part, I'd like to give you the syringe. I had it for years and never really had a use for it.
She's not the only one. The whole vault is thankful. I'd like to give you a room here in the vault. A place you can call your own. It's in the main hall, on the left as you get off the elevator. Once again, thank you. I hope you enjoy your accommodations. I wanted to say thank you again for what you did for Austin. You've opened a lot of eyes around here, including my own. I had no idea of the dangers Vault Tech had hidden away so close to home. I can't believe so many died just behind our walls.
What do you know about Vault-Tec?
I'm afraid not much. I've spent my entire life being thankful for the vault, for the walls that protected us over 2 centuries. But not once have I had contact with them.
If Vault-Tec had lived to go through with their plan, this place would be wiped out.
I don't doubt that one bit. I hate to think of what they had planned for us. But on the good side, you made a real impression on our anti-Commonwealth people. They're realizing outsiders really can be trusted, and do more good than just providing resources. You'll always be welcome here. And I hope you make a habit of visiting. Having a trusted outsider would help serve as a reminder that the Commonwealth isn't something to fear and avoid.
All right, well, that'll do it. That's where we're going to sign off. For me, Overseer, and McCready, screwing around at the desk over there, that's gonna be a show. Thank you all so much. Not sure what the next one is going to bring, but I'll figure that out and let you know. Until then, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.